there? Nikita?
Yes, madam. Audible, madam.
Audible, ma'am.
Audible, ma'am. Audible.
Okay, today we are going to discuss about the preparation for old age. How people will get prepared for the old age and what are the fields. See, whenever we are discussing about the aging, first thing the life cycle. It impacts a lot on each and every person. Next, when does one become elderly? Okay, what kind of aging process is there? How they feel? Okay, what kind of a biological aspects will they follow? And even the psychological things. And what kind of a probing they do. See, these are all things will be there. It affects on the psychological at the same time, anatomical changes, even in the age processing, it occurs. And whenever the developing is happening, the preventive measures like, see, whenever they need a help towards the health, okay, towards the aging process, we need to understand that. All these things, it impacts on each and every person. And not only that, whenever people are reaching this stage, okay, even the, what do you call, see, whenever we are discussing about the aging process, we need to see what kind of a heredity issue they have, okay, and genes, okay, what is the span of life, and even the, see, whenever we are discussing about the aging, it's one-to-one, it differs a lot. Okay, before doing anything in any field, we need to investigate. So here, all these primary areas we need to investigate, and we need to probe the psychological issues and even the social and even biological aspects of the particular person. Okay, that's what Mr. Kennedy in 1980, he said that whenever we are probing, okay, whenever we are seeing the boundaries of the old age, we need to take care of, we need to look into that psychological, social, and biological aspects of a particular concern. So then only we can understand, okay, and whenever people are reaching this old age, we need to say their adjustments. These are called lifestyle adjustments. We already discussed in the previous sessions. Okay, and what kind of motivation these people are carrying and what kind of emotions they are carrying. And not only that, what kind of attitudes they have towards the towards their life and towards their lifestyle. And not only that, what kind of attitudes they have towards their psychological side, physiological things. So all these things we need to consider. Whenever we are discussing about this, we need to see what kind of a goal they have. See here, whenever we are thinking about the aging process, okay, we need to understand the process and how best we can do to extend the extension of the longevity. Okay, what kind of extension and where, what are the areas we need to see. That's what Mr. Hayflick in 1974, he explained that. Okay, most of the time, whenever people are doing this, attaining this old age, they will plan for their future. At the same time, what are the things they will, what kind of influences they have, and nutrition, disease, and environmental influence. Yeah, it matters a lot, and even the social and sociological things. And sometimes people, whenever they're attaining this old age, they have the way insults. Okay, see, whenever the body is not helping them, they feel they will get insult from this. Can't I accept this? Okay, whenever they're unable to hold something, they have fighting with themselves instead of fighting with the others. One is can't I balance? See, whenever they are unable to take the staircase, they'll question their body. Why it's happening like that? Why I lost this adaptability? So here, whenever they're preparing for the old age, they need to accept themselves, the age process, and they need to see themselves, and they need to accept the myths and realities also. Even whenever, say, few people, it won't affect on them, even their intelligence part of thinking also. In the physical level, we can see many people, they work very hard even at the old age time. Even the physical activity also, they can do very well. So all this we need to consider. Whenever we are discussing about the aging, okay, we need to see the creativity. Okay, See, whenever people are attaining their old age, if they started focusing on their creative end, okay, they can postpone the aging process. Not only that, whenever they are having a good rapport and good relationship with the others and the peer group, yeah, they can focus completely on their aging process. And not only that, they can see the sudden change. Okay, they feel happy. See, whenever they're attaining this age, the sex drive will be very less. They need to accept that. Few people, there is no change in that. We need to accept that also. So here, whatever the body and whatever the biological and psychological things changes are happening, we need to understand. At the same time, we need to accept that. So that what will happen, instead of taking the pain, we can accept, and they can improve their abilities. At the same time, they can see what kind of way pleasures they need, what kind of coping mechanism the body have, the physical body have, and what are the things they can do. And at this age, they need to look at into their financial things also. So whenever people are getting older, what are the best things they can do at the age of 62, 75, or above 60 years? What kind of a cognitive competence and social roles and health and certain physiological changes? This is what Mr. Kailash in 1977, he said, we need to follow all these things. And even at this age, they do need to deal with their cellular tissues also, and even organ functions. Okay, whenever we are prepared for this aging process, we can example and we can see ourselves as a new person. We can change the lifestyle, we can accept the new habits, and we can improve the lifespan also. Mr. Bromley divided the elderly portion lifespan into 4 periods. One is the pre-retirement. Actually, these things we discussed in the previous session: retirement and old age and terminal stage of dying. See, whenever people are prepared for all these four, then we no need to worry for anything. Why means they already prepared for the death. So whatever things goes around, it won't affect on much effect on that. And not only that, they will think like a subjective prospect wise. They will understand themselves and they will understand the world and they will prepare for the best. So here they no need to worry much about the old age, and they no need to take stress towards the physical body. And not only that, they need to prepare anything here. Even whenever they're ready to accept this, their emotional intelligence will be very high. See, if you are seeing how many people know about the emotional intelligence, do you have any idea what is emotional intelligence?
How we cope up the emotions when
See
we
how
have...
people will react whenever they're unable to balance the things in their life. Suppose you got angry on someone hit you. So here we need to understand what is our emotional intelligence, even the age processing also. Aging processing, age processing are lifelong. Okay, most of the people, they are ready to accept and they will understand the world in a better prospect, and they will prepare for it and they will take care of their responsibility, and they will see themselves how to approach their life. Actually, they will start preparing for the middle age itself whenever they're getting older. So here what happens whenever they're preparing for the worst thing, okay, for them it's very easy to recognize. See, they're ready to accept the dryness in the skin. Okay, they're ready to accept the wrinkles. See, few of them, I think recently I watched one movie, Yashoda. That lady, she don't want to get wrinkles. She can't see herself in the wrinkles place. Okay, she got some disease, but still. So they will invest a lot of money on that. That movie is really good. Like we can see what kind of people they will prepare for their what we call beauty. What kind of importance people will give. So they're not ready to accept their aging process. So here they want to control it. See, naturally you can do it. Suppose whenever you are completely dependent on the other side of the area, like I don't want to get older. If you are not ready to accept, that is the natural process. So here, see, it's really good if you are happy and healthy above 80 and 90 also. But here we need to accept that. So few people, whenever they're getting the aging, okay, they have a lot of stress towards this. So even see, whenever people are getting older, they need to change their malnutrition program also. Like whatever intake they are taking, they need to understand. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the theories of aging. What are the theories we have? First thing is collagen theory, and next wear and tear theory and cellular theory, the immunity theory, and the programmed aging theory. So here, what is this collagen theory? This is consists of complex of degenerative physiological process. Okay, whenever we are discussing about this, here what happens, whenever we are, am I audible?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes,
can you
yes,
please tell
ma'am.
me the topic? Hello.
Someone can say, unmute and say.
Can you please let me know the topic, ma'am?
That is preparation for old age.
Thank you.
See here, whenever we are discussing about the collagen, okay, here what happened, as is the result of whenever the body is producing less collagen, what happens here, the skin becomes thinner, drier, and less elastic. So this is the process of aging. So here, whenever people are attaining this old age, these things they need to understand. So here, and one more important thing, for example, like any kind of muscles, if it's not cooperating, if they're feeling dryness in the skin, okay, they're feeling like more dryness. See, whenever people are attaining this kind of things, they need to understand, they need to transit, okay? They need to have the proper coping, they need to improve their coping mechanism. So all these things under collagen theory. See, collagen means it loses elastic properties, organs becomes less resilient. For example, the bones of the elderly are fragile because of change in the bone mineralization, which makes them more porous and brittle. Here, what happens? The decrease in the quality of collagen also allows to calcium salts to be deposited. That's the reason whenever people are attaining this middle age, from the middle age onwards, so most of the doctors they suggest to go and have some kind of calcium tablets. Okay, that is the time period we need to take a decision. We need to move on. Okay, we need to do the lifestyle changes, and yeah, we need to take more calcium intake. But I means after certain age, actually our body it won't accept from the it won't take most of the time from the food. That's the reason we need to take some extra interest towards that. So doctors will suggest a calcium tablets and all other things. So here we need to see that given the collagen content of the heart increases, it causes the heart muscle itself as well as its walls to become more rigid with the age. So here we need to understand this also. Heart cannot bounce back from the stress or strains in it. That's the reason whenever people are reaching old age, most of them they will say, even the doctors, even the professionals, healthcare professionals, they will say, try to decrease your stress. Okay, don't take more stress. So here what happens, even the body is not cooperating, either the skin won't give any kind of cooperation. That's the reason most of the time whenever people are attaining this age, doctors will suggest to have a lot of water. Okay, hydrate yourself. See, at this age, you can see most of the people, they will face the problems with joint disorder and lubricant fluid breakups and tissues, tearing tissues, okay, and osteoarthritis. Okay, all these things they will face because of the collagen reducing of this. So here we need to focus on that also. Here, these are the few examples of this, this collagen, this thing. And whenever, even at this age, the breathing capacity will be less. So here, whenever people are attaining this age, they need to change their lifestyle. At the same time, they need to focus on their health. At the same time, they need to see themselves as they have to be lifestyle changes. Whatever the things happening, they need to get shocked. Okay, see, in pandemic, most of the people, they don't die because of the corona. They heard the news, someone got corona, that's the reason. I know one person, actually, he got a call from his one of the neighbor. someone got corona and he died. Because of that, the sudden shock, he died. He got a cardiac arrest. He just, it's happened within fraction of seconds because the shock. So whenever people are attaining this age, okay, this stage, we need to take care of these things also. So here collagen means aging consists of complex degenerating. It's always like a physiological process. So we need to prepare. The next theory is wear and tear theory. Actually here the wear and tear means it's aging the results of accumulated insults to the body. See here, if the person is able to walk at the age of 40s or 50s, okay, 10 kilometers, here he needs to give respect to the body. If he is unable to walk for 10 kilometers, he needs to be happy if he is able to walk for 5 kilometers also. And one more thing, what happens whenever people are attaining this old age, why I'm unable to eat more food? Okay, earlier my body is really good, I'm able to do. See here, we need to adapt the life cycle. At the same time, the course of the time, whatever the damages happen to our body, we need to respect. See, suppose someone is lifting around 50 kgs or 10, 15 kgs bag with one hand, they need to give respect to at the age of 70 if the body is not cooperating. Or else, what happens? Wear and tear. Here it's there, that word itself. Suppose if you are not giving respect to the body, tear. Okay, it destroys eventually. So here, even the not only the physiological, even the psychological also. Don't take too much stress. Don't take too much negativity into your head. Whenever you are not giving respect, that impact will be there. So that's the reason this is called wear and tear theory. Give respect. That's what Mr. Bollis 1991 he explained about this theory. Whenever you are not giving respect, whenever you are not giving importance towards the lifestyle, the course of the lifestyle, yes, that effect will be there. So here, give respect and move on. Take care of the body. Next, the cellular theory. Here, the cellular theory emphasizes the role of errors in the cell division in the aging process. Here, whenever we are talking about the cells, here there may be errors in the division of cells. See, why aging is happening? Because two faulty cells that then divide, creating four faulty cells. See, instead of activating our body, it activates the negative cells, the faulty cells more. So what happens? Suppose if the faulty cells divided 2 into 4, 4 into 8, 8 into 16, what happens? This producing, actually here, the function of the particular group of cells is impaired. The faulty cells will be more. So this is called cellular theory. So they will get double, and because of that aging process will get double. See, suppose someone is very happy and healthy, if they're doing meditation, they're not reacting towards anything. If you see their age, they're in 80s also, they seems to be like 60s. Because they're not taking any tensions. Not only that, the body is not producing the faulty cells. So here, whenever we are seeing the aging process increase, sudden change. So here we need to understand the function of the particular group, like impaired group. The faulty cells are more into that source of person. See, suddenly most of the time people will complain, I have a lot of hair falling. Okay, my skin is having dry hair. See, you can see yourself what kind of thoughts you are carrying and what kind of lifestyle you are having and what is your sleep cycle. So suppose if you change your lifestyle, if you change your thought process, or else if you change your food pattern, yes, that effect will be there even on the physiological, even the cellular theory also. So here you need to apply that. The next, immunity theory. See, the immunity theory holds that body's immunity system becomes less efficient. See, whenever the age is increasing, immunity system will get reduced. Okay, actually here what happens, whenever the age process is going up, harm cells are allowed to survive more. See, whenever, that is the beauty of the old age. See, age with experience is different, age with disease is different. Few people, whenever they're getting older, they have a lot of age issues. So we need to look into that. Okay, whenever the body's age is, they are getting immediately cold or whatever the things. Here we need to understand the body have less ability. So see, even when Corona time, most of the time, people give a lot of importance to the elder people because they have less immunity. That's the reason they are more protective. Okay, so here, whenever the age is increasing, yes, immunity also decreases. So we need to look into that. So here we need to see how to take care of the immunity. So most of the time, what people did at the time of Corona, they given a lot of interest towards the elder people and they paid a lot of attention towards them. So here we need to see into that. Next, programmed aging theory. What is programmed aging theory? Actually here, this theory maintains that bodies are according to the normal development pattern built into every organism. Here, this program, most of the time it presents in every species, is subject to only minor modifications. See, here, whenever the gerontologist distinguishes between primary aging and secondary aging, actually here, the primary aging is gradually inevitable process of body deterioration that begins early in life and actually it lifelong continuous process through the years. But in secondary aging, it's a result of disease, okay, abuse and misuse factors that are often avoidable under people's control. So here we need to see that. Okay. Now we already discussed about the aging process. What is the biological aging process, the psychological aging and social aging? See, the biological process. Whenever people are, see, we already discussed the wear and tear theory, collagen theory, and immunity theory and cellular theory. These are all comes under biological. See, suppose if you got a question like this question, what is the aging process means, you can explain all this theory. And if they asked about explain about the aging process theories means, you need to explain only that four. Okay, psychological aging. What happens in the psychological aging? First thing, even Erickson explained, whenever the life stages explained, we need to see what kind of a individual crisis they have. See, at the age of 60s, 70s also, whenever people are doing their business, they do have a lot of problems. Not only that, we can't call it as a problems, but we can call them as a challenges. Okay. So here what happens whenever people are not accepting their age, they may start business at the age of 70s, 80s also. I think everyone can see Amitabh Bachchan at what age he has done the show Kaun Banega Crorepati. At the time, like he's a bankrupt and he started from that moment onwards that again his life. Now also he's acting very nicely. See, for them age is just number. So means here the physical body and psychological body is very active. Suppose if you see his immunity also, it's really good. So here, according to Levinson, individuals gradually relinquish heavy responsibilities, handling them over to their children, and they learn to live in a changed situation. See, few people, they will give and they'll give up everything and they will take care of themselves. They will accept the change. Few people, no. They reluctantly say no to that. And that's what Mr. Robert Butler says, aging people review their past experience. By making a review, the individuals reflect upon the past and learn new insights. So here, few people, they're ready to accept whatever the crisis they are facing. They will accept and they'll start the beginning from there. See, because here for them, age is a number. For others, it's not like that. So it depends on the person to person we need to accept. See, that's the reason we can see many people, after taking the retirement also, they will rejoin, they will work. You can see their intelligence level. Not only that, you can see their dedication towards the job. They have the passion towards that. They live for it. See, for them, aging is a number. Even you see the biological and psychological also. This wear and tear theory, it won't applicable on that. Even the cellular theory, no way. Okay, why means for them, nothing can stop them because they're completely self-driven. Okay, so yeah, now we'll come back to our topic, social aging. Biological, psychological, and social aging. Social aging refers to one's perception of the aging process in relation to the society. Here, society accepts the people to behave in a way to correspond to the age. Here, most of the theories like activity theory and disengagement theory, it explains. As per the activity theory, Actually, here individuals prefers to remain productive and active. See, that's what I'm saying. Whenever people are, see, if you go back and you can even watch in any YouTube channel, you see his passion. Even after that also he acted in many movies, Amitabh Bachchan. Okay, means his productivity is more and more. Even I think one movie have only one dialogue, no, and he have some conversation. But still, we can see what kind of a productivity he has done, and you can see his body language. Okay, here, why they are doing, what makes them so happy? Only one thing. While working, this activity theory speaks upon that. While working, they have the happiness and they do have the satisfaction. That's the reason their involvement is much more and better. And it's coming from their heart. See, they're not working for sake of work. They're involving and they're doing. Yeah. Now we'll discuss about the disengagement theory. This theory used against a mutual withdrawal process between aging process and the social system. Here, what happens? Older people, they seriously cut down their activities voluntarily. You can see many people there, oh, I'm going to get retired. So I don't want to do it. Suppose if they're feeling thirsty also, they don't feel like to go and have some glass of water from kitchen. They'll see, hey, I'm retired, I'm very old age. Please bring one glass of water. They're hale and healthy, can't they go and bring one glass of water? No. These are the disengagement. Because voluntarily, they are telling to everyone, they don't want to do any work. Because they're happy accepting their retirement. And not only that, while society encourages this system by pressuring them to retire. See here, sometimes even suppose one person he wants to work also, then he will say, society will say, no, you are retired, please don't work. So here, disengagement theory too. Sometimes people voluntarily will take, sometimes society asks them to pressurize them to retire. So this comes under disengagement theory. We need to see, is that mutual withdrawal or is the social system withdrawal? Because of the social means society pressure, is the withdrawal. So all these things comes under here. Yeah, this is all about your old age. Now we'll discuss about the physical and mental health. Actually, what happens at the age of whenever people are reaching this level, they have like a health disorders and they do have a changes, sensory, audible or cross-sectional and lag, okay, and memory disorders will be there. First thing we'll discuss about the health disorder. In health disorders, whenever people are attaining this old age, they have a lot of physical and physiological and psychological functioning. That ability will be decreased, and a lot of remarkable changes will happen at the end of personal and social interest. And not only that, whenever people are attaining this old age, when compared to person is different. Most of the time, what happens, whenever the age increases, the sensory and perceptual functions, it declines. And whenever people are attaining this age, they have the vision problems. Okay, nowadays, no need to comment on 60 and above people. Even if you see 7 and 8-year kids also, they're wearing nice glasses. Okay, so all these things we can see, but most of the time what happens at this age, they have the vision and hearing issues. Okay, here the problems responsible for accidents in and out of the home. See here, whenever people are, they're not, even whenever they're driving, they have the long sight and short sight. Okay, they can't understand that night, even whenever they're driving in the night, they can't enjoy the activities the way like reading and other things also. So all these things they need to accept. Suppose if they are unable to read in the nights, they need to prefer in the daytime. Okay, and most of the time at this age, most of the people, they suffer with cataracts. Okay, here they need to go for the surgeries to remove cataracts from there, and else they need to go for the treatment for various visual disorders. Nowadays, everything is available. See here, whenever the environment issues are there, Suppose someone is staying in an industrial area, that also we need to take them into the consideration. We need to plan like that. Okay, whenever they have the cataract issues, like a vision kind of things, they need to go for the health checkups. From there, they need to plan what kind of issues they have, what kind of problems they are facing. So then they can adopt the new techniques and they can get out from the problem. The next is hearing. Hearing loss is very common in old age. Okay. See, whenever people are attaining this age, they will say, like, increase the sound and it's not audible. Okay, here people will say, like, see, most of the time, whenever people are attending this age, they will be like lonely and isolated. Okay, here we need to understand, we need to compensate. They need to buy the hearing aids whenever people are having this kind of issues. See, most of the time, elder people, they will refuse to use this kind of a hearing aids. Okay, by means others may laugh at them, or else others may say like you're bold. So whenever they're saying all these things, we need to give less importance. Okay, whenever age is changing, even the taste buds also will change. Okay, suppose at the age of 30 and 40s, they might, whatever they're having, they can tell the taste very nicely. Even the smell, olfactory. Whenever they're getting older, they can't. Their action means the brain responsibility is very less towards the smell, towards the taste, and even the hearing and vision also. See, these are called vestibular sensors. Okay, which help to maintain. See, here we need to understand. Suppose if the reaction or the efficiency is less, if they're seriously losing the efficiency, we need to understand them. We need to ask them to maintain some kind of a health issue. They need to understand they need to listen their body at this age. See, suppose if they have a issue with the hearing problem, they need to listen to their ears. They need to give respect and they need to use the hearing aids. So whatever the hearing aids prescribed by the doctor, they need to follow that. So even the health issues like environmental issues, are they living in the complete cold area or hot area? Okay, or if they are facing the low body temperature. See, here all these things they need to see. See, sometimes at this age, they are unable to control their bowel movements, like going for washroom or something like that. Here they need to give respect to them. Okay, even the sleep pattern. See, whenever people are attaining the old age, their sleep pattern will change. They need less sleep. Here, most of the time, they don't understand. Okay, they will complain, I have less, I'm feeling, I'm not getting sleep. See, whenever the age is increasing, we'll sleep very less. That we need to accept. Suppose whenever the newborn baby is there, most of the time the baby will sleep. Means we almost we started from our lesson from newborn to the home to tomb. So here, at what age they'll sleep? They'll sleep 20 to 22 hours. Other than the milk and their things, they will sleep all the time. But whenever they're attaching the old age, they will try to sleep very less time. So here, we need to understand the rhythm of the life. Then we can follow our even the irregular sleep pattern also. Suppose someone is sleeping for 30 minutes during the daytime. For them, it's very difficult to sleep in the nights. So here, they need to understand the sleep drama in their life cycle. They need to understand, they need to accept. Okay? When compared to men, women may wake up during the night most of the time. When compared to men. Any kind of bowel movements, whatever, things. Okay, because of the hormones or because of the insecurities also. And not only that, women women have a lot of tendency to wake up in the middle of the night whenever the age is increasing. So all these things we need to understand. We need to listen to the physical body. Okay, and whenever people are reaching this stage, okay, their maintenance of physical flexibility is less, balancing will be less, agility and reaction time. They need to see all these things. And protection against ligaments injuries. See here, suppose if they're staying in the third floor, if they have an opportunity to stay in the first floor, they need to move on. They cannot say, see, because of my old age, I'm moving. No. You just barely say that nothing wrong. Even the respiratory also. Whenever people are planning for a trip, okay, they need to understand what are the things they need to carry more. Okay. And yeah, even their resistance power also will be less. Even the whatever food they are having, they need to see their blood pressure and even the blood cholesterol also. See, suppose if they are not taking enough care towards their health, what will happen? Something will shoot up. It reacts somewhere else. So here, they need to have the rhythm of the life in their life. Or else what happens? Suppose someone is suffering with sugar. The doctor asks him to go for a morning walk every day, like 1 week, something like that, like 20, 30 minutes in a every day, at least out of 7 days, 4 days. Here, whatever the situation is demanding, they need to plan like that. See, whenever the age is increasing, they have a decrease in smell and taste sensitive also. Here, whatever the negative changes happening in their life, they need to accept. That's what Mr. KNG says. See, this is as per the age appropriate. See, nothing wrong. See, whenever people are, whenever people are attaining this old age, they don't feel taste in anything. So they will eat less. Okay, here people will say why you are eating less. Okay, and whatever they are eating, they need to have a eye on to that. What kind of nutrition they are taking. See, some elder people, they can't afford like a protective feeds like a meat, okay, milk or most of the vegetable. See here, they need to see the other alternatives. What best they can buy in the as per the nutrition. So here they need to have knowledge. Not only that, we need to educate them. Actually, if you see like Manthan Satyanaraju videos, he always give the best thing, and again he will always give the what do you call able to buy everyone. He will say you can eat, you can get this kind of a nutrition from badam. At the same time, you can get this kind of a nutrition from what do you call the pulse, peanuts also. See, like that he compared. So whenever people they can't afford, we can give a suggestion. They can have the proper meal by balancing their meals. See, if they cannot afford, they can go for the next meal. Like that, we need to tell them. See here at this age, they no need to fill their stomach with all what we call some kind of a whatever is available. Okay, here they need to take care of themselves. See, whatever they're eating, they need to look into their health prospect. They need to see their they need to take care of their liver. Okay, even they need to look into their diabetes, whatever the asthma and bronchitis, whatever the problems they have, even the high heart diseases like hypertension, diabetes, arthritis, and chronic diseases. Okay, all these things they need to consider and they need to plan for their diet. Or else what happens? Yeah, they will become sick. That's the reason whenever people are planning, they need to look into every aspect of their life. Then only they can plan for their food. Next, what are the changes happens in sensory ability? See, sensory abilities decline significantly in old age. Hearing impairment becomes quite dramatic by age of middle 60s, especially for higher frequencies also. Hearing impairment is 5 times more in percentage 65 to 79 compared to individuals between the ages of 45 and 64. Here, whenever we are seeing the people's life, we need to see their social life. See, whenever people are understanding themselves, they need to understand their body first. Suppose if they are thinking, someone will think bad about them in a social function if they are not having the sweet offered by the host. Then what happens? They will take, but they will suffer late. That's the reason whenever people are having this kind of things, they need to react. Even the visual activity also. Suppose after age 60, if they are unable to read without glasses, see here they need to accept there is a deterioration at the retina and lens of the eye. Okay, here they need to understand because of my aging process, I have a less ability to use my eye. So here, these are the sensory things they need to avoid nighttime driving. Okay, for them it's a little bit difficult. So for them they can't see. So they need to give that kind of respect towards the body, and they don't need to feel shy to tell them others like, I can't drive in the night, or else I can't do such things, few things. So here they need to accept that color vision. Okay, and a few people, what happens, even in the night, they can do less interactions. Okay, see, whenever people are becoming older, they don't have a capability to stay up late night, like 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, something like that. So here, whenever they are attaining this age, okay, suppose if they have a habit in the reading club up to like 8, 9, 10 reading, okay, they need to tell them, see, I'm not into that. Okay, here they need to give respect to the sensory abilities. So I cannot read in the late night. See, nowadays, they need, see, as for their body things, they need to change their hobbies also, even the activities also. One is it's reasonably good for their eyesight, and not only that, they are not giving physical pressure to them. The other reason they don't even get psychological pressure. Suppose if they are giving a lot of pressure towards the body, please read this book. See, I used to complete one book in the late night at the age of 30s, 40s, until 50s. Now I'm at easy. I'm at 60. I'm unable to complete the book within overnight. No. Here, what happens whenever the age is increasing? Their process of speed will decrease, and not only that, I need some kind of a breaks. So here we need to give importance to our sensory abilities. So we need to avoid even the spicy foods also. See, I used to eat a lot of spices at my age, 40s and 50s also. At the age of 40, 55, I am unable to eat. Give respect. You already had very good food. You tasted everything. Okay, now they will say, this is tasteless food. I don't want to eat at the age of 60. Give more spicy. See, nothing wrong. Eat more spicy. But what happened? Your lifespan, you are decreasing. By means after certain age, we need to have certain limits. Okay, we need to give respect. Or else what happens if you are not giving importance to your sensory items, it affects on your body. People may get gastric problems, or they may get some other elements from towards the body. Okay, so here we need to understand what are the things they're ready to take, what are the things their body is refusing. So we need to give that kind of importance to that. Otherwise, what will happen? It leads to the frustration. So don't embarrass your body, try to listen to your body. Even the mental capacities also. See, at that time, at my age, 40s and 30s, 50s, I can able to remember everything. Now I'm unable to recollect the faces and the names of the persons also, even in my neighborhood, even in my own families also. Even, repeatedly. So these things we need to understand. See, whenever people are attaining this age, they used to repeat the same sentence n number of times. Okay, not only that, repeatedly they will say, they will become most of the time stereotype. So here we need to understand them, and because of the aging, their motor ability is declining with age. And we need to understand what are the functionings they have. Are they able to practice in a? Do they have the ability to ability is there to adapt the new skills, or to accept, or they refusing. See, suppose whenever people are refusing to accept their age, here what happens? Suppose if the person is refused, he is giving importance towards his what you call the sensory items like taste and all. Okay, he wants to eat the same food with lot of sugar and all other things. What happens? His body rejects. So end of the day, he will be in frustration. Why means gas will form. Okay, total his body will give upset. So here we need to understand whenever the age is declining, we need to listen to the body. So in practical things, it won't happen, but yes, even the memory also, whenever people are unable to remember the dates, names, or birthdays, okay, they need to accept that. Suppose if the person is not accepting, what happens? They will take a lot of stress. So here, whenever the age is increasing, certain verbal abilities also will decrease. So here, we need to understand what kind of way reduced abilities they have. Even at the age of old age, their decision-making capacity will be a little bit less. Even the speed of performance will be less. So here we need to understand. We need to understand their verbal comprehension and even the social awareness also. Okay. See, whenever the age is increasing, they are unable to follow the whatever the other people are saying. So they may ask the second time, third time also. Okay. Earlier time, they are very good at decision making. Now they might be very slow, or else they may not. They're not unable to take any kind of a decision. Here we need to accept. Okay. And even suppose if the people are working under pressure. See, suppose if they're cooking very nicely at the age of 40, if the lady is unable to cook at the age of 50 or 60, she's putting a lot of sugar or salt. We need to accept. See, because of age-wise shivering and all, or else because of her taste buds are not working, she may add some more things. We need to give respect towards the age and we need to act the person the way he feels. See, few ladies, you can see at the age of 80 and 90 also, they maintain very good. They can prepare very nicely. Few ladies, see, like look at them at age 50s also, they can't. You see, even 20s also they can't. That's a different story, but still, we cannot compare. But still, deterioration will be there. It may happen with the intellectuality. It may happen with the sensory items. It may happen because of the other elements like high blood pressure, cardiovascular problems, or any kind of a arthritis, or some kind of a shivering, okay, or some kind of social awareness. See, people will say, hey, you're old. What best you can do cooking? See, this is the new trends. So don't cook. See, by listening all these things, that women productivity will be very less in the kitchen. But here we need to accept the way it is. Suppose if you are not accepting, what happens there? We need to understand the things. Okay, these are all comes under changes in sensory abilities and mental capacities and health disorders. Okay, now we'll discuss about what are the intellectual functions we have. Here in intellectual functioning in old age, we have cross-sectional testing and longitudinal testing and cross-sequential testing. See, whenever we are discussing about the cross-sectional testing, we already discussed what kind of intellectual functioning in the old age. Elderly people pointed to a mental deterioration with age. See, actually, all these theories, even the surveys, they will say, whenever we are seeing the age differences in IQ test, in performance among groups of subjects of different ages. Actually, here researchers concluded that that intelligence increases through the childhood. See, suppose if we conducted IQ test at the age of childhood, that result will be very high. Even if we conducted at the age of adolescence, it peaks in a certain stage. Even at the early adulthood, yes, it reaches the peaks. After that, slowly what happens? It slowly declines. That's what cross-sectional functioning explains. Okay, whenever the things are happening, slowly it will decrease. Okay, societal influence such as war, even economic depression, and trends in education may influence the performance. Even people born more recently may have received a better education and may perform better on test for the reason, not because of their age. See, nowadays, if you see every kid, they know how to operate a mobile. Okay. If you give any gadgets, they use better than us. Are we teaching? No. But how they are learning depends on their interest. Not only that, depends on their passion towards that. Here, the intellectual abilities are more because with the newborns, they are learning the new technologies and new adaptive skills. Okay, that's what cross-sectional testing says. Okay, actually, many people they researched on this subject. Now we discuss about the longitudinal testing. What is this longitudinal studies? Actually, it reveals a marked decline in intelligence after early adulthood. The cross-sectional studies did. Actually, here, whenever the people are tested at an average age of 50 and again 61, okay, they tested on the Army Alpha test, which the subjects have first taken as a college freshman in 1919, and again they tested on them in 1950. Suppose if you see the change in between 1950 to 1961, the scores remained quite stable. Okay, here there is no decrease from the ages of 50 to 61. Okay, this is the longitudinal test revealed. Here, as a part of increase seen, most of the language studies were traced directly to age correlated increases in vocabulary, verbal ability, and general information. By means, see, whenever age is increasing, our vocabulary increases, and even the verbal ability also. They know how to use the words. General information also, because of the age and experience. Experience always matters, even the age also. That's what longitudinal studies says. The next one, cross-sectional testing. Here, Mrs. Kaichian's author, he tried to overcome the drawbacks of the both cross-sectional and longitudinal intelligence. By see here, they're revealing two negative things. Okay, here longitudinal studies saying there is no change. By means they studied on some people, actually increasing vocabulary and everything is there. In cross-sectional, it's showing there is a deterioration in the IQ. So that's the reason they come up with the new method and they call cross-sectional testing. Here, these two people, here they repeated the individual test in a cross-sectional sample and they analyzed the test scores for different abilities. What are the test abilities they scored? Verbal meaning, that means understanding ideas expressed in words, space, thinking about objects in 2 or 3 dimensions. Suppose if you say round, what are the objects comes into your mind? You can say moon, someone can say aloo, someone can say something else, papad also. What are the things they are able to see in the round? So this is called space, reasoning, solving problems. Okay, logical problems. Suppose if you ask a route from Amirpet to how to go reach Jubilee Hills, many people they can use many routes. So even that is a reasoning and logical. And number, working with figures and solving simple quantity. See, all these people they study, even the verbal ability, fluency, writing down previously learned and verbal material. So here, after conducting this test on these dimensions, they found that there is a significant cross-sectional age changes for all variables. But longitudinal age changes only for those who are the speed to response was important. Here, age changes over time within a given individual seems much smaller than the differences between the cohorts, and these differences may result from changes in the environmental opportunities and from genetical changes in the species. See, suppose someone is working, we cannot see any change in that. I mean, they're habituated to work from last 20, 30 years, still they're working. So here what happens? See, if you see the bank accounts persons who are dealing with the cashier, okay, who are dealing with the cash. If you see their calculation power is very good. Not only that, whenever you can see the person who will give interest, 2 rupees, 3 rupees like that. What you call, I don't know, money lender. Okay. If you see the Kirana person, see for 1 rupee, 2 rupees, even 25 paisa also, they will calculate just like that and they will tell. Okay, here what happening? There is no much change in the speed and the response also. By means, they're habituated, their environment. Suppose same person, he retired from the bank, he prepared like before that also. So after that also, towards his cash performance really good. Suppose if he elected some other work, he may be, because of the environment, he is habituated only to calculate towards the cash. Other than nothing. So here, all these things matter. So this is what intellectual function is explaining. Suppose someone asked about the write down the different what kind of studies people have done, means you need to explain these three. Okay. See, I will continue the class up to 5 o'clock. Yesterday I haven't taken the class, so we'll break for 5 minutes, then we'll continue. What do you say? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am can continue, ma'am.
Someone can text in the chat box. We'll break for 2 minutes and I'll continue this class. Okay, fine. I'll join again 4. If you want, you also take a break for 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
There is no audible, madam.
I think madam yet to join actually.
May I start? Do we need to
Yeah,
wait
madam.
for one more minute?
Waiting, madam. For you only we are waiting.
Yes, ma'am. Madam can start, ma'am.
May I start? I think right from the beginning, only 24 people are there. 24 plus 6, 26.
Yes, ma'am. Madam can start, ma'am.
D. Praveen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please start, madam.
Okay, now we'll discuss about memory. What is memory? What are the things they may have some kind of a problem? See, whenever people are attaining the old days, okay, changes in memory will happen. So here we need to see what kind of abilities and what kind of efficiency they have, what are the changes happening, and how they are thinking. See, here whenever people are attaining this place, like at this stage, the short-term memory rather than the long-term memory storage is more likely to be affected. See, suppose if you reach a person at the age of 60 and if you start asking about his college life or what he did at the age of 20s, for him, it's like he will be more happy. Okay, he will have a lot of stories for that. Okay, he may give new information. And not only that, what are the experience he have? So that's the reason among the older people, they have inefficiency of the short-term memory. Suppose if you ask them, okay, like a shorter duration, like which makes them more irritation. Suppose if you ask them, always asking about their health, or it sometimes it irritates. Few people, they have the tendency to seek more, what do you call, attention seekers. Suppose if you are asking them, hey, how are you? How is your health and all? They feel happy. They always have that kind of. See here, whenever the changes in memory is happening, we need to understand. When compared to long term, they have the issue with the short term memory. So long term memory includes accumulated experience and knowledge of a lifetime. Okay, but short term, no. That's the reason they can answer from the long term memory, but they cannot answer from the short term memory. So here, long term memory plays a role. And see what kind of a conclusion they made with the long term memory. Even the practical long term memories, like suppose if they learn something, if they did some business, they have a nice experience with other people, if they went on a drive, okay, all these things they can frequently recall, they will be happy. Suppose if you are asking for a short term memory, suppose he wrote some exam, if you started asking questions from them, no, they may have very less interest or their performance will be very low. So that's the reason whenever the memory changes happen, we need to see what kind of a memory. See, suppose if you are asking a question like what you had in the morning, okay, recent and remote recall, okay, recent memory. Suppose they may say I had morning breakfast, I had chapati. Yesterday night I had some. Suppose if you ask remote memory, what is remote memory? Suppose if you ask, hey, when was your first daughter first birthday? Or okay, what happened? What was the day? They can't. Sometimes they may forget their marriage and wedding anniversaries also because it comes under remote. Okay, they might be good with the recent memory. They might be very bad with the remote memory. So here, even whenever the age increases, it plays a role. Okay, the result of social and health factors also irreversible effects of age. That's what Mr. Hendricks and 1977 he explained. Okay, here two other dimensions like memory. Whenever one is the attention, the other one is the recognition memory. Okay, suppose if the person have a habit of remembering all the birthdays and wishing them, okay, because of the recognition, they never ever forget the birthdays. Okay, suppose if the person is a politician, okay, he have a habit of giving gifts to everyone on the birthdays. He will be good even with that at the age of 60s and 80s also. Because of his recognition, he have a adaptive method like storaging capacity towards their birthdays so he can retrieve very easily. Okay, for him, it won't affect. Suppose someone else, for them, it's very difficult. So here, even the social life also plays a role. Not only that, attention also plays a role. See, few ladies, they will remember everyone's birthday and they will try to give their, they will prepare some sweets or they will give some nice gifts to them. So they will get this kind of recognition. Hey, anybody can forget, but my grandmother and my aunt, she never ever forgets my birthday. See, because of her reputation, she don't want to spoil that reputation. That's the reason. Even the age uh, increases also, her memory towards the birthdays, no, there is no effect. Because what is this? Why she may forgot what she had in the breakfast also. Okay, she may forget the other things, but she never ever forgets these things. Why? Because of the recognition. It plays a role. Okay. Yeah. Even few people see these are called dimensions. Suppose someone have a lot of interest towards the driving. Okay, not only driving, some kind of a calculation wise. So he might be very good. Suppose if you ask the person, suppose the person is doing a business. Okay, you can say how much money he owed at the time of so and so year, so and so date. Immediately he will say just like that. Why means he had that kind of a passion towards the work. His attention, his passion, not only that, his recognition. Everyone say, hey, he's very good with the number. So don't ask this kind of questions to him. So here he had that passion because of that. So here, actually here they did their research. The subject says between 25 and 75 years age were participated in the test. Okay, measuring both types of memory. Actually, here they prepared the 24 words list for presented the intervals of 4 seconds between words. After list was presented, they asked them to recall the memory. Okay. Actually, here this is actually you guys will do this test recall and recognition in the second year, I think. Okay. See what is the test means. First, what they will do, they will use some words, 20 list of words. Okay, they will just read it. Okay, they don't say anything. So after some time, they will speak. Okay, the list. Again, what they will do, they will show some other list. Okay, they will ask you to recall the first list. So here, in first thing, recall and recognize. See here, what the person will do, they will recall the first list. Okay, in the second situation, they will read the first list, 24 words. Again, they will read the next words. So here they will ask you to recognize the first words from this list. Recall and recognition. So they have done the test, recall and recognition. Here the test findings illustrates that elder people do have difficulty in retrieving the information from the storage. I mean, see here, whenever we are dealing with the elder people, for them that immediate memory is little bit less. Okay, that lapses that occur for them during the later years. By means that memory lapse. If you see with the young kids, they can recall very easily. See here what they are doing, recalling and recognizing. I'm showing some words 24. Okay, after that, I added some more 24 words to the list. So I'm asking them to recall the first 24 words. For them, it's very difficult. For older people. For youngsters, yes. One is they have an issue with the immediate memory. Okay. Now we will see what are the disorders, memory disorders we have. First thing is Alzheimer's. Okay. Actually, here the name from the German psychiatrist who first described it in 1977. Okay, here severe brain and mental deterioration often accompanied by the emotional distress and hesitation are the symptoms of this disease. Okay, these are the two symptoms people most of the time they will face. Whenever the frequent development of aphasia, that is, what is aphasia? Loss of impairment of ability to communicate and understand language symbols involving with loss of power of expression by speech or loss of ability to comprehend written or spoken language are also common. Here, whenever people are suffering with Alzheimer's, okay, they can't remember the things. See, even you can see in movies, most of the movies, they met some accident. Okay, suddenly they will forget everything. Okay, see, even whenever most of the time at the age of old age, they will face this kind of a disease. See here, whenever people are there forgetting their names and their root, even their family members, we need to give a photo identity card at the same time. Even wherever they're going, we need to give our address and we need to make list of our important for at least few people's members. So that someone can help them. Okay. Sometimes they may lose suppose if they may forget their language also. They do have that kind of speech issue. I know one of my aunt, she suddenly get into this. She used to go to KBR Park every day along with her husband. One day, suddenly she forgot everything. She even forgot her name, the route and everything. She's sitting whole day there. So suddenly, actually, up to 1 o'clock, she sat in one tree. See, the KBR Park, it's very wide. So we can't even identify him in such a manner. So he called everyone. He saw here and there. But this lady, she forgot even her language, what language, her name, everything. So finally, he got a doubt again. The park will open at evening. So finally, they found her under a tree. She's sitting like an ideal person. Okay, what happened there? She forgot means her mother tongue, Telugu. Okay, even she forgot her name. She unable to identify her husband also. Slowly, he only picked him, and it happened. So whenever people get into this kind of a disorder, sometimes even they have an issue with the ability to speak also. They will forget even the expression, power of expression also they will forget. See, at that time, what people will do, they may cry, right? No expression, even she didn't cry. She was sitting under it just like that. She didn't had anything from morning to evening. She's not even expressing I am feeling hungry. भूख लग रही बोले तो भी कुछ भी नहीं बोला. Evening शाम को लेके आए ऐसे ही बैठे. फिर बाद में they didn't even take her to the doctor in the same moment. They took some more time. So here they know that they will understand. She needs some more time to understand the things. So here these things we need to understand. Even the Pick's disease. Pick's disease is the first described in papers by Arnold Pick. Okay, here the onset of the disease is slow, involving. Actually, here what happens with the Pick disease, they have a difficulty in thinking and they do have a memory defects. Okay, whenever the age is increasing, here the mental deterioration will happen. And actually here progressively it improves. Okay, here disorientation. See, suppose if they want to do something, they are unable to. Suppose you give some task, prepare some curry. Okay, they will cut the vegetables and they leave the kitchen and they will sit somewhere else. So here disorientation. See, until they need to wait until they need to complete that whatever the task they are doing. Here, meanwhile, they will disoriented. They can't complete the task. Suppose whatever the work you are assigning, they're unable to do that. So here with the Pick's diseases, they have this kind of issues. They can't focus. Even the intellectual, the impaired judgment. See, judgment in the sense, suppose if they miss the train, what they will do? They can't answer. Suppose if you ask the question, okay, you are in your house, suddenly fire accident happens. What do you do? They will say, I don't know. Okay, or else they may say like any relevant answers they will give. They don't give appropriate answer. See, what is the appropriate answer? They need to they need to put some water in the fire, or else they need to call the ambulance, not ambulance, sorry. They need to call the, what is that? Water fire station people, or else they need to get out of the home. So here the people, they don't answer all these things. So that is called impaired of judgments. Whoever is suffering with this kind of Pick's disease, they have this impaired judgment and they have the less intellectual functions. Suppose intellectual functions, small questions. I have given 100 rupees to you, buy 50 rupees for fruits and return the money. Here they can't answer. Okay, Pick's disease, they have this kind of problems. Okay, next, Parkinson's disease. Actually, it's named by James Parkinson. Okay, he described in 1917. What he's saying, whatever the spontaneous tremors of various muscles with the speech becoming drawling and indistinct. Here, what happens whenever people are having the social interactions? Okay, here they will show less intellectual interest and less activity, and flexibility also very less. Okay, here the psychological symptoms becomes more pronounced as the disease progress. Intelligence is little affected. See here, whenever people are doing some intellectual task, they don't focus on that. Suddenly they will ask something else, or else they have the withdrawal symptoms. Okay, they will stop the intellectual conversation. Intellectual lesson will be very less. Suppose if you are saying something, they will say something else. And not only that, even the pronouncing also. See here, psychological symptoms like they can't expect, they can't explain. Okay, even the activity will be very less and they will show very less interest towards that. Next, Huntington's chorea. It was described by George Huntington's in 1872. It is characterized by irregular jerking movements with the mental deterioration. See, you can see whenever people are have in the process of aging, they will get a lot of jerks. Okay, here like depression, confusion, and paranoid thinking. Actually, even whoever is suffering with the Huntington's, they may have a lot of suicidal ideation also. Like, see, few people, they may think with the thought process, I want to kill myself by doing this, or else I want to do this. Okay, or else they may go and try to kill themselves also. All these symptoms shows like a memory failure or defective attention and judgment. So this is all about the Huntington's disease. So these are 4 diseases are related to memory. Whenever people are asking about this, we need to say. Am I clear?
Yes,
I will
ma'am.
discuss about the work and retirement and widowhood and remarriage. See, what is the importance of work and retirement? Anybody can say? What are the changes will happen at the age of 60s and 70s at old age? See, most of the time, anybody wants to answer? Okay. So here, whenever people are reaching this widowhood and loneliness, here what happens? Actually, here they have a challenges, even the physical and psychological, and even the physiological changes also. Okay. Other than this, they have a lot of interest, and they do have some kind of a personal conflict with themselves and even with the what do you call others also. Even they need to take care of the finances. I mean, their spending will be more. Okay, their earnings will be less, or else sometimes in white collar jobs they may have what do you call because of the high pressure they're able to they're completely involved into their what you call the professional lives. They have given less space to their personal space, so they don't know what to do other than work. So here they will face a lot of challenges. Okay, they don't know how to manage, and they don't know how to communicate with others in the personal life. So for them it's like a big task. Okay, how to kill the time. Okay, these are the main challenges with them. Not only that, how to engage to work, or else how to stop working. For them it's a big challenge. See, if you see any alcoholic person, suppose if they don't have any work, they feel like a lot of inconvenience. You can see they're anxious, like I don't have to do what to do. Okay, it affects them a lot. So here what are the things? Okay, we need to tell them. They need to have what kind of a stretches they have. They need to prepare their retirement in a positive experience. Okay, whatever they have done, okay, at the time of childhood, what are the stretches they have done, means what kind of a hobbies they have, or else habits they have in childhood days. Okay, if they have any interesting things, from there they can pick, or else they can explore with the new interest, and they can have their own time with their family and friends. Suppose if they are not happy with that, they can plan for their retirement using their leisure time. See, whenever they're planning for the retirement, see, first thing they need to use their time in a leisure and in a well profound manner. Okay, see, here they need to understand their responsibilities and what best they can provide. Suppose if the person is doing spoon feeding towards the kids at the age of 30s and 40s also, now the person is retired. Okay, he needs to announce to the family members, I cannot take this anymore, please try to understand. So here he needs to, suppose if the person is very rich, okay, still he is the one who is taking care of. Here he needs to announce, I'm taking retirement, please, I'm assigning this task to you. I want to do some things, few things for me. Or else what will happen? Until his last breath, he works. Where he will take his retirement. So here, he physically and emotionally, even the psychologically, and even the financially also, okay, we need to announce ourselves first. Then we need to announce to the whole world. Okay, actually nowadays you can see men they have a retirement. Why women not having any kind of retirement? At the age of 60s, 70s also they need to cook. Even in the kitchen, they need to take care of the grandkids. Okay, they need to take care of everyone in the family. Why? See, nowadays things got changed. Even for the women also, they're taking retirement. After 50s and 60s, even now the young generation, you can see the kitchen also, it's like unisex. Okay, so here people are taking retirement. They're not getting into the kitchen and they're not cooking. Voluntarily retirement, they can announce. Okay, so here people needs to plan for their retirement. Next, using leisure time well. See, suppose this person is very successful. You can see some IAS officer use his time. You know their busy schedule. They will run along with the time. So they don't have anything to do. So whenever they're announcing their time, okay, here they need to plan in advance. What time they need to wake up, what time they need to get back to their sleep, what they're eating, and how they're planning. their professional life and their personal experience. Suppose if the same person, he wants to start an NGO and he's planning for that. Okay, what is his set time, like sleep time? He needs to set everything in advance. Or else what will happen? He'll be ended up with the pressure. Instead of pleasure, he will end up with the pressure. So here we need to see what are the challenges he is facing. Based on that, we need to understand the person needs. Then he needs to plan for his retirement. Next, work and retirement. See, few people, even few countries also, depends on the occupation. Suppose even in India, if you see any businessman, no, they won't take any retirement. If you see, if you go to Koti or General Bazaar on any Charnar side, even at the age of 70, 80 age also, people will sit and do their business. Bacha ye leke jao, chai shop mainly. That cave wala, no, he won't take any retirement. He still runs the show like that only. Because of the occupation, he is enjoying his life. Not only that, he doesn't know what he has to do. See, suppose if you see the non-technical or white-collar job people, yeah, 60 means their retirements retired. They don't do anything. So depends on the occupation also, yeah. Even if you see the farmer, no, he never ever announce his retirement. If he attends 70, 80s also, how long he can stretch himself, he will go and stretch. So here, work and retirement is an individual's life pattern. Depends on their occupation. If you see politicians at the age of 70, 80s also, they have too many things on their head. Okay, still they don't get any retirement. As long as their mouth is working or body is moving. If body is not moving also, by sitting in the wheelchair also, they will try to control the whole world. So here, work and retirement is an individual session, individual's life, decision, and choice. Now we'll discuss about how many retirements we have, what kind of retirement people will plan. See, first thing, the transformers. Okay, whenever people are going for the retirement, see what are the lifestyle they are doing, what kind of lifestyle they're applying. Are they want to relax and do nothing? Are they want to do some materialistic things? Are they want to complete coping up their hobbies to improve their hobbies? Or they want to go for the travel? Or they want to improve their community affairs? See, we people, you can see even in the colonies also, they will take care of the whole community in charge, the colony. Where the dirt is there, they will plan for their evening parties. Okay, every day they will go and they will plan, they will come back. See, they will involve into their community affairs more and more. Few people, yeah, they will start, what do you call it? They will get into the new politics, like they will construct a temple and there they will become one of the keynote person. From there, he will start his, some kind of a business. Okay, all these kinds of people, they will get into lots of community affairs. See, what kind of a transformation means? Yeah. See, is he doing because of the God? Is he doing because of his leisure time? Because he wants some kind of attention? Is he doing? We don't know. But these are all transformers. Few people, they become like the maintainers. Here, what they will do? See, other people are a transformers. Okay, they're relaxed and they don't want to do nothing. But here, people like supplementing with other activities in full time. So here, they're like they will take the relaxation, and they will think that, oh, I worked hard for last 20, 30 years. I maintained myself very well. So this is the time to take retirement. Let me enjoy. So here, they don't want to involve anything. Okay, they will sit and they will relax, and what are the things they have to do, they will just completely focus on that. They don't run here and there. So here, what are the conditions, the effects to adjust their retirement? First thing, workers who retire voluntarily adjust better than those who are forced to retire. See, suppose someone is taking voluntary retirement from the shop. He's running a shop. He decided to take a retirement. He'll be happy. Suppose someone is working in the bank, person asked them to retire. So here what happened? This is the communal pressure, society pressure. Because of the age he is taking the retirement. So here a lot of adjustment problems because his body and mind is ready to work. But what's happening here? That society, whatever the norms they have, they're removing. That's the reason nowadays, if you see, many people, they're continuing their, what you call, their work things. Okay, reinforcing their retirement. Okay, they're taking them to the, again, work and all. Yeah, for these things, youngsters, they're not getting the opportunities. That is the second reason. But still, they have the drive. That's the reason they're still working. And the other reason, poor health at the time of retirement affects adjustment. See, whenever people are taking the retirement, see, until they are working, they don't have any kind of health issues. Whenever they get retirement, they have a lot of health issues. Like suddenly they will get body pains, knee pains, sugar, BP, because they completely focus on those things. That's the reason they feel more pressure. And the pre-retirement counseling and planning and adjustment help adjustment to retirement. See, they need to think before taking the retirement. They need to plan their retirement. So here, everything they need to take. Someone have some disturbance. You just log in and log out. Okay. And workers who develop meaningful and satisfactory interest in some activities will find it. See, you can see the Abdul Kalam's, how he retired and in what stage he died and the way he went, everything. Okay.
మోత్కూరి శివ గారు కొద్దిగా మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి ప్లీజ్.
Whenever people are planning something, okay, whenever they're planning for the retirement, whenever they're doing some task, we need to understand, okay, what kind of a plans they have, what kind of a meaning they want to give it to the others, or they want to give it to themselves. What kind of activity they are doing? Are they adjusting with their retirement? Are they enjoying with their retirement? So these are the things we need to consider. And not only that, what are the relationships they have with others? See, whenever people are taking the retirement, okay, I know one of the person, like, actually we expected a lot from him. Like, he's a bank manager, he retired. At the same time, he lost his life, one of my friends' father. So everyone, we worried about him. Like, everyone is settled well in their life, but not in the same city. So he don't want to go anywhere. So we seriously worried about him, even me also personally. So the way he changed his life, he's a bank manager. They do have a community. Okay. He hired a lady for cooking in front of his home. He used to take care of the daughter education. Now that girl is working in a bank as a clerk. I seriously liked her. Okay, it's like it's happened 10 years down the line. Recently, he even expired. But he survived more than 20 years like that. He taking care of the girl education from zero to the day when he took the responsibility of that family. That girl is hardly 4-5 years. Okay, he's not helped, he expired. So last year only the girl got married. Everyone of the family, they helped her a lot. But the way he started his own thing, like he used to read 2-3 hours for Bhagavad Gita. He started reading the old books. He started entering the notes. He invited weekly once to one of his old retired friend, at least 5 days in a week. Or some days he will go to others' place and he will enjoy. He started using the WhatsApp and until his last breath. Yes, I think he used his some scooty kind of a thing. See, he planned very well because of his bank employee. He never ever had a financial this thing, and not only that, he never ever expected any help from the other person. He used to he helped even the colony people, like whoever wants to. Suppose one person is there, he applied for a auto loan. He never ever received from the bank. helped all the way. See here, the way you are thinking, the way you are doing the satisfactory things, that impacts a lot. That's the reason, seriously, he survived for 20 years happily. Why means he have very good discipline in life right from the beginning because of his job or whatever the things. Even he helped many people in his way of journey, like even the relatives are in a limited style. Not helped means not everything. Okay. See the way he helped the family, he used to pay regular salary to that girl, to that lady. Again, he taken care of the girl education. He used to pay everything. Sometimes the girl used to come and sit with him, for study and all. Even he helped, and whenever he needs some kind of a tuition, he paid. I know that. Okay, he's very happy. Why means he given after the retirement also, he helped one more. That means he had 3 daughters in his life. Okay. And see, it's all depends upon the person, how they got adjusted and how they planned. Yeah, even he used to see his children sometime, but it's like a vacation. He used to stay at home. So here, whenever the people are planning for their retirement, what kind of adjustment they are planning? So especially what kind of a cordial relation are they maintaining towards the family members? These are very important things. Even when we are discussing about the sex differences, it is that is not that easy to adjust. See, few people, even suppose in this case he lost his wife. Suppose in other case, if the person lost her husband, still if she is surviving all alone, she is staying. Okay, here, what kind of a challenges she is facing, we need to understand. Actually, women plays a lot of domestic role, but for them, once they got like a widow, it may be little difficult to take care of their routine things because she's completely dependent on someone. Suppose if the woman is ready to take care of herself and managing everything, and she's delivering very good response, that's it's really good. So here gender also plays a role whenever the retirement stage we are talking. Okay, here the adjustment with the lady is different. She needs to take care of her financial, and she needs to take care of the house chores. So these are the things she needs to understand. Then whatever the traumatic events, or suppose if she's spending the way he spent, maybe other people, kids may question her. Suppose if it's her money, if she's ready to give an answer, no. So here people have some kind of a challenges whenever they are getting retirement. And not only that, they do have some kind of a traumatic. See, suppose if the woman lost the husband, she can stay with kids, or else she can stay near to the kids. She can stay all alone. She can manage. How long she can manage? That is the dependency she have. Suppose she's completely like a dependent personality. She can go and stay with the kids, and she can happily live, or else she can spoil every relation. See, even men can do the same thing. So it depends on the person to person. That's the reason adjustment to retirement is very important. Even the widowhood also. Managing the widowhood is very, very important. Why means why widowhood is very important means whenever people are lost their life partner, they have some kind of a influences. At the same time, they do expect a lot from the people. And here they have a lot of difficulties in adjusting, okay, to the retirement. Not only that, due to their pensions and the social security. And yeah, few people are attention seekers. Whenever they become widows, okay, they will think that my love is like a thorn bed now. I can't sustain. I'm helpless. Okay. They may say like, now I need to depend on my kids. Okay. Few people, they don't want to depend, but they always blame, I am the only one person. No one is taking care of me. So here, people may think that the widowhood is always complicated. Okay. And even if whenever they lost their husband, they may think that they do have some kind of a property issues. and they have source of income will be very less. So these are all the major adjustments whenever the people are becoming influenced by the income, or if they are expecting some money from the kids or whoever in the world. Okay, here these are the small issues will be there. Suppose if they have the pets also, who will take care of my pets if something goes wrong to me? That is one kind of thing. Few people, what they will do whenever they lost their partner, they bring the pets and they will show some companionship with them. Okay, see here, all these things comes into that. Actually, whenever people are attaining this widowhood, this is most stressful lives in the everyone's life. At the same time, here they need to prepare for the things. What best they can do? Are they looking for financial stability? Or are they looking for companionship? Or they want torture? Or they want to live better in their own life? See, these are all depends on the person to person. See what kind of a education, what kind of a parenting you have, what kind of a well-being. This is all it's an individual process. At the same time, these are all emotional responses towards the society, towards the people, towards the lifestyle of a woman widowed in late life. And not only that, even the men also. See, suppose the woman is completely dependent on her husband. Okay, suddenly if she lost her husband, she may depend on the kids. Okay, or else she, suppose if she is giving importance to herself, she wants to lead her life in her own terms, then there's a different story. But here, when compared to men, 83 men for every 100 women between the age of 67 and 69, only 40 men women is living alone. Okay, that means remaining all people, they're staying with the kids, they're staying with the family members. So they're not ready to stay all alone. So it depends on the person to person. I know one lady, she's staying all alone. She do have kids, but financial independence is there. She'll get some rental income and all. But she never ever goes to anyone's place. If she's not well, she may go. Suppose if they invited for the parties or any gathering, she may go. But she's not dependent. She's surviving. Even she had, at the age of 70, she had a breast cancer. They removed one breast. Still, she's very independent. She lives her life on her own terms. Like, she's not educated also. But still, she's not dependent. She don't want to get into anyone's family life. She don't want to spoil any relationships also. Everyone will give respect, even the community side also. If someone needs some help, she will do. Like, if not, she will leave herself. She never ever felt any loneliness, because see, how you are taking care of loneliness is you to decide. See, few people, they may get into the other's life and they may nag. Few people, they will try to acknowledge their possibility is what best they can do towards the society, and what kind of best thing they can do towards the religious connections, or else what kind of a best thing they can do for the next generation. Okay, these things they will cope up. So here, how best you are using your loneliness is your the person individual intelligence level. Not only that, that is the individual choice. Suppose someone in a group, okay, if they want to spoil all the relationships, they can do. So here the living arrangements also, it depends on person to person. Suppose if the person is having some kind of a old age living arrangements, physically or psychologically, the physical hazards for elder people to be remain in the homes they have occupied since the elderly of years marriage. See, all these things depends on person to person. What kind of a elder people they are managing, the physical hazards, even the psychological hazards, it's up to them. So see, suppose financial situation also, someone is living with a married child or in an institution, they may resist the change and thus adjust poorly to their new environment. Suppose someone is staying in a old age home, okay, so for them it's a living adjusting to that family. They may think that, oh, I am all alone, my kids left me, so that's the reason I'm staying in this old age home. Or else someone is thinking by choice, if they joined, they may think that, wow, I have a lot of company here, I can speak to anyone. I can discuss anything in the world with them because they are into my age. We are selling the same world. That's a different story. So the way you perceive things is completely different. Depends on the person to person. So living arrangements at the time of widowhood, it's very important. What best you can do towards that. Even the role changes. Here, old age and unquestionably one of the most serious is the necessity for making roles. So here we need to understand what kind of a roles we are managing and what kind of a things we are expecting. Suppose someone lost the bike. Is he looking for a companionship? Is he looking for a need based, like he doesn't know cooking, uh, cleaning the house? Is he looking at that kind of thing? Or else he is looking for some kind of a, what do you call companionship? Okay, like taking care of everything on the own and all. So here, these things we need to understand. What kind of a, see, ladies also, suppose they become widow, okay, are they expecting things from their kids, only the financial part? Are they looking for kind of a companionship? Are they looking for the company? They don't want to live all alone. What they're exactly expecting from the society or from their immediate family members? So here, whenever the role is changing, they need to sit themselves. They need to, what kind of emotions they have, they need to check. See, now in India nowadays, it's started. People are after widowing at the age of 50s, 60s also, they're going for remarriage. Okay, yeah, in other countries, even at the age of 80 also, people go for the marriage. So here, the remarriage, what they're looking. Suppose if the lady is looking only for the financial help, okay, so she needs to see the rich man and she needs to go for the marriage. If the man is looking for only this kind of a companionship, see, it depends on his need, it depends on his choice he needs to. Few people, instead of remarriage and all, they may go for the psychological painkillers. Okay, they may adapt the new skills like drugs and alcohol. They may get into this kind of a pattern. Okay, here we need to understand what they're. See, few people, they don't go for the remarriage. Okay, because they want their personal independence more when compared to with this kind of a companionship and all. Few people, they want to maintain their own homes. That's the reason again they may go for the remarriage. Suppose kids may say, see, you can't stay all alone. You stay with me or with my cousin or my kids only. See, these things also will happen. Few, then they may go for the remarriage. Few times what will happen, they have some what do you call unspoken, yeah, issues in their life. They have some new dreams. At that moment also they may go for the remarriage. Even American culture, the men and women, they even prefer the traditional pattern of remarrying. Why means they feel like they badly need a companionship. Even in India also nowadays it's coming up. Yeah, nothing wrong into that. Even adjusting to impeding death, here people needs to plan for the death. Even the whenever people are attaining the old age, they need to plan for their peaceful thing. And here, whenever they are getting into the social relationship, uh, see here, whenever people are getting older, they need to um, think very less about their self-criticism. Not only that, they need to stop thinking about the guilt and depression. Why means it leads them to depression. That's the reason they need to stop. See here the death towards the life. Okay, they need to accept it's like a natural phenomenon. Then they have less stress towards the death, and happily they will accept. And changing the roles of gross holder, these are the personal relationships after retirement. So here, whenever people are getting older, once they lost their thing, they need to remember, recall their old parents, like grandparents or even greater grandparents, what kind of rewards they have and the new demands. So they need to consider, they need to be with them, and they need, or else they need to see what kind of things they have done in their life. We need to follow that. So this is all about the old age. We have only one thing, social issues and related to aging. We can discuss in the next class, and whatever the doubts you have, we can discuss in the next class. So if you have any doubts, you can tell me, or else I will wind up the session. Hey, okay, may I wind up the session? This
Thank
is
you,
all
ma'am.
about your old age. If you have anything, if you want to repeat me something, you can text me later, so that in my next class or Sunday class, I will prepare for it. I'll tell you, or else I will discuss about next 2 chapters, and I'll wind up the session. Okay, chalo then, happy Sunday. No
Thank you,
text,
ma'am.
nothing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Bye, good day, everyone. If someone is looking for the job, you can tell me. Someone have a proposal last week. They send me something. If someone wants to work in the psychological profession, yes. Okay. Chala then. Bye. Good day, everyone.
Ma'am, can you please share your number?
I'm disconnecting the call. I think I'm the host now.
Ma'am, can you please share your number?
Say something in the chat box. Okay, bye.